Sup nerds, here is my WarGreymon OTK deck profile. Starting off, we have our Tamers. The 1000 DP is very important to beat over certain thresholds, so we're playing the BT9 Koromon that gives us 1000 DP if we have Agumon or Greymon in name. Much more important than the draw you would get from BT5 Koro. Then on to our rookies, we are playing 5 BT12 Agus. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add a Greymon or Omnimon and a Taikamiya among them to your hand. And then the inheritables all turns while Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in its name gets 1000 DP. And then we are also playing 4 BT5 Agumons. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add a Greymon and an Omnimon among them to your hand. Very good for seeing our OTK combo and not having to bot deck an Omnimon over a Greymon choice. And then 4 BT9 Agumon X Antibody. On play / when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add a Greymon or Omnimon and an X Antibody among them to your hand. Bot deck the rest. And that is it. We are playing 12 rookies. Onto our champions, we're playing 4 Starter Deck 1 Greymon, Inheritable Security Tech +1. We need this for our OTK. And then we're playing 2 Greymon from BT12. When Digivolving, you can play a Taikamiya from your hand if you don't already have one in play. And then the Inheritables all turns while Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in its name, it gets 1000 DP. And then we are playing 4 Greymon X from BT9, Evos for 0 on top of Greymon. And then all turns while Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in its name. If something would destroy it or return it to hand or deck, you can detach 2 sources of the same level to prevent that from happening. And then we're of course playing the one of Greymon X from BT11, also Evos on top of Greymon for 0. And then your turn, when this Digimon would Digivolve into a card with Greymon in its name, reduce the cost by 1 for each color of that card. We are not playing any X Antibodies option spoilers, so this inheritable is irrelevant. And that is it. We are playing 11 champions. On to our ultimates. We are playing 4 BT12 Metal Greymon. It has Raid, which allows you to, when you attack, switch the attack target to your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with the highest DP. And then all turns, when an attack target is switched, you can play a black or red Tamer from your hand of 4 cost or lower for free. And then the inheritable is your turn while Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in its name, it gains Piercing. And then we are of course playing the one of EX1 Metal Greymon. The inheritable is effectively the same. It gives Machine and Dragonkin's Piercing. The when attacking is slightly different though. When the Digimon attacks a player specifically, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or lower. Having Piercing is very important for the OTK, so that's why we're playing basically a 5th copy of this. And we are playing 1 Metal Greymon Alterous Mode promo. Eva's on top of Metal Greymon for 0, also counts himself as Metal Greymon. And then when Digivolving, if you have a Tamer in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP or lower. And then it has the same all turns inheritable as the BT9 Greymon X, so this is another layer of protection that we could potentially see. And also removal, since we are playing Tamers in this list. And then we're playing 4 BT9 Metal Greymon X, Evo's on top of Metal Greymon for 0. Metal Greymon specifically, so you can't like Evo on top of himself, but these guys can Evo on top of any of these other 6 level 5s, since Alterous Mode counts himself as Metal Greymon for 0 memory, which is nice. And then when Digivolving, he gains Security Attack +1 until the end of your opponent's turn, and then if he has X Antibody or Metal Greymon in the sources, he gets +3000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. Both effects are very important for the OTK, depending on what level 6 you go into. But getting this extra check if you don't have a bunch of ties set up is 100% necessary for the combo. And that is it. We are playing 10 ultimates. Onto our megas, we are playing 4 WarGreymon from BT12. He also has Raid. When Digivolving, he gets 3000 DP and reboot until the end of your opponent's turn. And then all turns, when an attack target is switched, unsuspend him once per turn. That is mandatory. I will show you guys the OTK combo using each different mega at the end of the video. And then we are playing 3 BT1 WarGreymon. When Digivolving, this Digimon gains Security Attack +1 for the turn. And then your turn, this Digimon doesn't activate security skills on option cards it checks. So if you're playing against a deck with a high density of security bombs, you go into this guy and swing, and the only thing you have to worry about is being big enough to beat over their big Digimon in security. Everything else doesn't matter. This guy's really cool, especially since a bunch of decks are like playing Sorai and stuff in this format. You don't have to worry about stupid stuff like that. You can just swing and be like, hey, hope you got something big in there. And that is it. We are playing 7 megas. And then onto our level 7s. We are playing 3 Omni for game. When Digivolving Blitz, when Digivolving Unsuspend this Digimon, and then all turns, when an opponent's Digimon would delete this Digimon, or return it to its owner's hand or deck, you may prevent that from by trashing a level 6 in its Digivolution cards. Can come up, but most of the time when you evo into this guy, it's game. Something to keep in mind. We're playing 3 because we need to see this card, because the whole point of this deck is to promote, swing for 5 security, and then Omni for game. Then onto our Tamers. We are of course playing 3 Taikamiya. We need to get them security checks. He has a memory setter of course, and then your turn, all of your red Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards gain security attack +1, and the stack. Basically the most important Tamer that we could play, because we need them extra checks for certain stacks that we have, so we don't always have to have the absolute perfect stack to kill people. And that's it, we're just playing 3 Tamers. And then we are playing 4 red memory boost. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add a red Digimon card among them, put the rest on the bottom of your deck, and then you put this in your battle area, and then main delay, except for the turn this goes into play, you can trash this to gain 2 memory. So you either need this, or one of these, in order to guarantee yourself 3 memory to go for the OTK. So we're effectively playing 7 ways to guarantee us 3 memory. Alright, and on to the combos. So for either level 6, in order to kill them, you have to have level 5 and then guarantee yourself 3 memory. And then depending on what's on your opponent's board, how many security they have, whether or not you have to have tie or security attack +1 Greymon on your sources, depends. So what you do is promote, evo into this guy. For 0 memory, you get an additional check and 3000 DP on until the end of your opponent's turn. And then if your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon and you're not really worried about security bombs randomly going off, the best one to go into is this guy. He gets another 3000 DP. So this stack has 20k, 20,000 DP, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 checks. So if they have 4 security, you can just swing through their guy, unsuspend, and then swing again for game. But what you can also do is if they have 5, you just swing once, swing again, and then you go into Omni for game. He unsuspends, swings for the lethal damage. What you can also do is promote, evo into this guy again, get plus 3000 DP and +1 security. And then if your opponent has no unsuspended Digimon, you can evo into this guy, get another security check for the turn. So this stack, because of the Agumon and Koromon inheritable, is 16,000 DP for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 checks. So it does not matter what your opponent does. If they don't have anything that's 16,000 DP or bigger in their security, you just swing for all 5 checks, and then Blitz Omni for game. Those are the 2 most standard ways to kill people, but you can get in chip shots with your rookies and things like that over the course of a game while you're searching for your pieces. So if you're playing against a slow deck, you have a very good chance of just assembling your combo in your hand, promoting, and just killing them in 1 turn, which is pretty nice. I'll be posting some gameplay for this deck over the course of this next week, so look out for those videos. And if you guys have any questions, anything I didn't address, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer anything. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Want to come back for more. But until next time, see ya.